The Text Effects Write plugin will allow you to write your text on. And we have our scene set up here. When we hit play, you can see how the text writes on. Now the big difference within this plugin compared to all the other text effects plugins is that you actually have your own text box within the Text Effects Write. So if you want to input the text in here, you need to put it within this box in here. If we go into our regular text editor box and try to type in there, it's not going to add the information. So within our Write effects, again, we have our progress percentage like the other text effects plugins, and when we advance it, that will animate on the Write effect. We also have our direction. Again, we can choose our direction. It's set to normal by default. If you want to come in and change it and then hit play to see how it affects it, you can, since you have your animation on it already. Again, our interpolate animation from linear to soft. We have our effect range again, the random seed, the ignore space, and ignore new line. Now down the bottom we have the effect, and it's set to pop by default. We can also set it to count. When you come in and hit play, then you can see that it's going to use characters to count and write on this font. We also have a random. We can choose random, hit play. We also have our effect speed and a selection down here that you can choose what you want it to randomly generate before each thing writes on. And the last selection here is cursor. So once you select cursor, an empty box comes up and you can type in any character you want and hit play, and then that character will come up as the text writes on. So that's the big difference between Text Effects Write, is that you need to come into this box and actually write your text in here. Everything else, like the progress percentage and the other settings, are pretty much the same as the other text effects plugins.